Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, it's been estimated that 1,000 highly skilled migrants, among them doctors, teachers and entrepreneurs, have been told to leave the country under measures intended in part to expel terrorists and war criminals. In some cases, migrants have found themselves with 14 days to leave the UK after making amendments to their tax returns. The campaign group helping them says it's further evidence of the hostile environment at the Home Office. Our Scotland correspondent Kieran Jenkins reports.
This is my home. I don't have home in Pakistan. I have home here.
On the south side of Glasgow, where migrants have been drawn for generations, two Pakistani men are considering the fact they're no longer welcome.
I was always loved here, and I never thought this would happen to me.
Omar and Mustafa are friends who met at university in Scotland 12 years ago, but the Home Office wants them out.
They are forcing us to leave. They are making our life miserable here.
These are highly skilled migrants, told to leave the country under measures used to expel the most serious criminals.
I've been put in the same bracket as rapists, as terrorists. Do I deserve that?
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Please,
Hey.
please come on in.
Thank
please.
you.
Please.
So whose place is this?
This is my friend's place.
Omar was an events manager. After 10 years in Scotland, he applied for indefinite leave to remain in the UK, and his world fell apart.
I used to have a flat to myself, but this decision has been so costly. It's embarrassing asking for help from people.
His friend, Mustafa, a compliance officer, also applied to stay after a decade here. This was the Home Office's reply.
The Secretary of State considered that it would be undesirable for you to remain in the United Kingdom in light of your character and conduct.
If you do not intend to appeal this decision, you must leave the country.
A growing number of highly skilled migrants are coming forward with strikingly similar stories. They apply to stay, they're told to leave, under the same little-known clause in the immigration rules. It's a clause which the Home Office, in its own guidance, says should be used mainly in cases that involve criminality, a threat to national security, war crimes, or travel bans. But the cases we've seen didn't involve terrorism or criminality. The cases we've seen involved people who'd amended their tax returns. Our campaign group estimates that around 1,000 highly skilled migrants, among them doctors and teachers, have been told to leave the country in similar circumstances. And when we asked the Home Office how widespread this was, they couldn't tell us. Are you a criminal?
No, I'm not criminal.
Are you a war criminal?
No.
Are you a terrorist?
No, I'm not.
I never broke any law of this country.
The Home Office has the power to expel migrants it deems to be of poor character, even if they're wholly law-abiding. In letters to Mustafa and Omar, the Home Office accused them of not being honest, of declaring a lower income for tax purposes and a higher income to gain points on previous immigration applications. The men say they amended their tax returns voluntarily and legally some time ago. Mustafa paid under £5,000 in additional taxes. Did you try to gain an advantage with your tax arrangements?
Never.
If you come across a mistake, you correct it honestly. I voluntarily initiated the correction.
Just a tax correction. It shouldn't be costing someone his whole life.
The people who've been in touch with you, are they people who have committed crimes? Are they a threat to national security?
Certainly not as far as I can tell.
This MP wants the cases thrown out, along with the Home Office's now disowned hostile environment policy.
People have made entirely legitimate corrections to their tax returns because many of them are self-employed or are going through the tax return process. In some cases it's because of an error on the part of their accountant, which they have looked at and then gone, oh, I need to correct this. And HMRC, I'm sure if you ask them, would tell you that they would like people to make changes to their tax returns if that is required.
I'm just wondering, how much you've lost, Omar.
Yeah. My loss is, it is financial, it is emotional, it is psychological. I lost my confidence, I lost my job, I lost my house, I lost everything in my life.
If they lose their appeals, Omar and Mustafa fear they'll be viewed with suspicion wherever they go in the world.
I want to cry. I want to cry really loud, but I know it. I have to stay strong. I have to fight it. I know it in my heart that I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not a dishonest person.
The Home Office says applicants have the opportunity to explain themselves, but where they've clearly given false information, the courts have upheld its decisions. But the new Home Secretary has ordered an immediate review of these types of cases, a fragment of hope for those who made lives for themselves here and want desperately to stay.